Guys, so I want to show you a cool tool that anyone can use as a manual trader. It's going to help you with your lot size. It's going to help you with managing your stop loss. It's going to help you place your stop loss. It's going to help you have your good risk reward, meaning it's going to help you with your TP. It's going to help you with your moving your stop loss, your break evens. It can even recover losing trades. So let's just look at some quick settings, and then I'm going to show you how it works. So just so you can show you quickly a quick demo example. I already have this preset to, for example, it's going to look at the last low or last high, and it's going to place my stop loss correctly. I also say once it places my stop loss, I want it to use my risk reward. So I'll say, you know what, my risk reward I want to be a 2.0. Meaning I want to go twice. I want to go for twice as much as my stop loss, and I want to risk 2%. Meaning that I want you to make sure that I only risking 2% of my account. So what does that mean? That means that if you take a trade and you have $1,000 account, it's going to make sure you only lose $20. If you set this to 1%, it's going to when you take a trade, it's going to make sure you only lose $10 in that $1,000 account. So that means that your lot size is going to be created based off what you're willing to risk. So no more of those inconsistent losses. So let's say we did 3%, for example. I said okay. Now we have everything set. Remember we have our 2 to risk 1 to reward ratio. We have our set break even in. Just hit sell. And you have to do it as a 0.01. So you can work from your phone or your laptop. And so let's say we hit sell. It's going to automatically close that 0.01, create our stop loss, create our TP, and we're done. And once the trade moves a certain amount of pips in profit, it's going to lock in our profits. Now let's show an example of a different example, right? It's not only thing the bot can do, but I just want to give you an example. Let's change it up a little bit, just a little bit. We're going to do a 1% risk this time. And we're going to do a 1-to-1 risk reward, just so I can show you the example different. It's the same thing. So now it's going to give us the same one. So we can hit sell. And now you notice it's a 1-to-1 risk. So the same amount we're risking is the same as our reward going to be. Let's do one. And you notice our lot size is much lower because we're only risking 1%. So now let's do one more example. Then I'm going to show you all the features that we have. So let's do 5%, right? And we're going to go for a 1-to-3 this time. Let's just go for 1.5 so you can know you can actually do, you don't have to go such an even number. Hit sell. And sometimes it might take a little bit, but it's because it's calculating. So boom, stop loss, TP. Now, if you notice the lot size is much bigger, we're missing 5% of our account. So what is that for? This is for people who are trying to take funded challenge accounts, for people who are following signal groups, for people who are just doing manual trades overall. And like I said, we have much more features that we're going to unpack. I just wanted to show you an example of how it worked first. So why is it for people who are doing funded accounts? So the issue with most people who do funded accounts is sometimes they're risking 1% of trade, sometimes they're risking 3% of trade, sometimes they're risking 5% of trade, but you only have a 10% wiggle room. So when you're taking FTMO or social funding or any of these funded accounts, you want to risk anywhere between 1% or 0.50, meaning 0.5%. That way you always are going to make sure that you're never going to be overdoing your lot size. Why is this also good for people who do signals? Let's say that you're copying someone's signals. And we'll do 3 different trades. One trade has a 60 pip stop loss, another trade has a 30 pip stop loss, and another trade has a 10 pip stop loss. But you're taught 0.10. Well, the issue with that logic is if that all 3 trades lost, one trade lost $60, one trade lost $30, and one trade lost $10. So the reason that doesn't work is because you're having inconsistent losses. Your lot size should be based off your stop loss and your balance, not just your balance. So if I have a 3% risk and I have a $1,000 account, when I take my trade with this bot, if it's a 10 pip stop loss, it's going to give me a it's going to be a 0.30. That's $3 a pip. So if I lose that trade, I lose $30 because 3 times 10 is $30. If it's a 30 pip stop loss, it's a 0.10, which is $1 a pip, and I lose $30. But if it's a 60 pip stop loss, it's a 0.05 because I'm still losing $30. Because so it calculates the lot size. So that's why it's important. So let's kind of dive into the other features that this bot does. Okay, just so I'm on the back test so I can show you an example. In the next video, I'll show you how to actually set the bot up and how you can back test it yourself. But for this video, I'm just showing you how it works. So we're going to look at it, and this time instead of looking at the lot size, we did all that stuff. Let's look. Let's show you how it would look if we set up this to go to break even. Let me just load up the settings real quick to make this easy for us. So let's go to stop loss. So basically, how we have these settings is we're going to go for a 2.5 risk reward. We're going to set move our stop loss to break even. And so basically, once it goes 70 pips in profit, move my stop 10 pips in profit. I want to also do partial break even, meaning that once it breaks even at 70%, take 50% of my profits, and I want my high or low to be 25 pips above the last low or last high. So I just hit OK. Hit start. I'm on the M15 chart. Hit start. Let me make this look like I like. Backtest. Okay, cool. So let's just hit sell, for example. I don't know where the market's going, so I might be wrong, might be right. I don't know. Let's zoom out real quick. So this is our TP. Our stop loss is somewhere up there because I have it at 25 pips. But I want to show you. Let's see if it wins or loses. Now stop. Right here, 70 pips. At 70 pips, it did two things. We started at a 0.10. It closed half of it, locked us into 18 pips, moved our stop into 10 pips above, below, into profit. It's 10 pips. And now it's either going to come back here or it's going to come right here. So this is going to be a great way of locking profits. Definitely you're taking trades and you're not watching the trades and you want to make sure once it gets a certain percentage in profit, it locks us in. So you can choose that percentage, obviously. You can choose 8% in profit, 50% in profit. Like for example, let's say we did it at 40% in profit instead. Same trade, start. I like to make my thing look nice. Okay, let's hit sell. Let's zoom out so we can see better. See how it locked in profits much sooner. That was 30% in profit. So yeah, it goes up percentages. So it's a pretty dope tool. Now there's another way you can lock in profits too. I'm gonna show you that. I'm just gonna load it up and explain how it works. We call it multi-TP. So basically, you can say, look, without multiple TPs, you can say, look, at 30 pips, lock in profits and take 50%. But let's do more. Let's do 50 pips, lock in profits, take 50% of trade. And let's say that at 80 pips, lock in 10% more, whatever. And then at 120 pips, close the whole trade. So we're not using the risk reward anymore. We're using this. So it's a different way of locking profits. So okay, let's see how it looks. Hit start. Hit sell again as usual. Let's zoom out so we can see better. I think I got it locked in at 50 pips. So we're gonna wait for it to hit 50 pips. Locked in. What did it do? At 50 pips, it closed 50% of my trade, locked in 21 pips. The next target is gonna be like 80 pips. So let's keep watching and see what happens. I think that's probably around here somewhere. Locked in again. Probably close to more to trade. It took out another 10% that we said this time. And now it's either gonna hit TP and lock us in again, or it's gonna hit one of those. Boom. So this is a great way for those who like, you know what, I know you're taking a signal group or you have your own, you know the general area you want to go, but you want to lock in multiple TP areas. This bot can do it for you. So look, we still made good money and locked in multiple points. So now I'm going to teach you one more thing. It's one more feature that we have. It's called recovery mode. So let's go bring it up. And basically it doesn't use a stop loss. So we have a set TP for like, we'll do 100 pips. And we tell the bot, if we're wrong, basically, instead of a stop loss, recover our trade. So basically, we're going for 100 pips. We're going to lock in multiple profits, though. Let's lock in at 60, 80. We'll do 50, 80. So basically, the same thing we had last time, except instead of a stop loss, we have a recovery. So we say, look, our stop loss, our TP is 100 pips. We are going to lock in profits at 50 and 80, but only on the condition that it does not trigger our grid. So if it triggers our grid, let's say at 20 pips we want to lock in profit, and we want to double our lot size, and we want to make our new TP from 100 pips to 20 pips. But if we go 20 pips the wrong direction again, we want to lock our profits in, and that's that. Instead of doubling our lot size again, because let's say we have a 0.10, it's going to go to a 0.20, right? And if we do 2.0 again, it's going to go from a 0.20 to a 0.40. But I don't want to be that aggressive, so let's do a 1.0 again. So it's going to, instead of double my lot size, it's going to multiply by 1. So 2.0 is 2.1 again. Then we're going to go for 40 pips. And then let's say that we go for 40 pips again, but we'll double the lot size, this time to 0.40. Then we'll do it again. If it gets too crazy, we'll do it again to 60 pips. And we'll do it again. Now, I suggest this setting you do really low lot sizes, and you try to trade in the best direction of the trend. So if you're trading in the general direction of the trend, you're 99% chance going to win, because it's going to just retrace and then hit your stop loss. But if you trade against the trend, you're going to put yourself in a dangerous situation. So this is a very risky one, but it can be fun too if you do it right, right? Just look and see how it works. Let's hit start. Template. Backtest. Let's hit sell. Hit play. Zoom out. So it's going to either lock in profits this way, or it's going to go the wrong way and then just lock and change our TP. So let's check it out. So with this example, we already know it's going to happen anyway. I believe it's going to just lock in profits. So it never triggered at all, right? Now let's hit another buy or sell again. Let's hit sell again. Now we might have missed that, so I'm gonna do it again for you. Let's hit sell. Now look, I hit sell. It went 20 pips the wrong direction, opened up a 0.2. This was 0.1, 0.10. We said we want 2 times it at 20 pips the wrong direction. What is this? 20 pips. So at 20 pips, our new TP became 20 pips. But then we told it if it goes 20 pips wrong again without hitting TP, don't multiply by 2, multiply by 1. But make our TP 40 pips from the new direction. So if we had made 20 pips again, it would have been TP right here. But since this is a new point, we made it 40 pips, it's right here. And the reason I did 40 was I wanted to break even on here and make profit on both of these. So let's see what happens. And if we say it again, if it goes 20 pips again, it's going to open it up again. Now you don't have to do 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. You can mess around with your own settings. I just did this for example purposes. Some people are going to be like I'll show you an example with 50 pips after. Boom. So imagine, like, I'm just gonna keep hitting buy and sell, right? Hit sell. Boom. Sell. And now it's gonna just lock in profit. So you locking in profits from both directions. That's what makes this kind of cool. I'm just hitting the button at this point. Like, it's gonna either locked in profits in the profit area, or it's gonna lock in profits on the opposite direction when it's losing. Boom. Look, guys, I'm doing this a little bit more. Then I'm just show you, like, boom, cool, you got it, right? So that's kind of stopped. To see, we literally hit buy and sell the whole way through, and we increased our account by quite a lot. So, you know what I mean? Do anything. I would just hit buy and sell the whole time, and you can be more aggressive. You can be less aggressive. I just wanted to show you how the bot works. I'm gonna have a more in-depth video on how each setting works, but this video is about how all the different features that it has. So that's why I call it the ultimate trade manager, because this is gonna be great for people who don't want to use a stop loss but want some type of recovery for their manual trades. For people who want to use a stop loss but don't know where to put it at, you can even put your own stop loss and it'll still work the risk reward. You can set multiple TP points. I made this as the ultimate tool that any trader needs that's taking signals, is doing manual trades, or is doing their own funding challenge.